Hello, my wonderful friends, and welcome back to the Steve and Alex YouTube channel. I'm so happy you're here today. If this is your first time visiting, please remember to hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel, leave a comment below telling me what you think, and share this video with your family and friends. Today, I have an epic story to share with you, a tale from ancient times, from the year 18 BC, over 2,000 years ago. We're traveling back to the age of mighty kingdoms, brave warriors, powerful kings, and great battles. The air hummed with the sounds of blacksmiths' hammers and the marching feet of soldiers. King Aldrich III, a man whose presence was as formidable as the fortress he called home, stood on a high balcony overlooking his capital. His eyes, sharp and calculating, scanned the horizon. For years, he had consolidated his power, building an army that was the envy of neighboring lands. But peace was a restless cloak for a man like Aldrich. His heart yearned for more, for the glory of conquest, for a legacy that would be etched into the annals of history forever. His gaze was fixed on the lush, fertile lands of Eldoria to the east, a peaceful kingdom known for its rich harvests and prosperous trade. Aldrich saw not a neighbor, but a prize. The seed of ambition, planted long ago, was now ready to sprout into a full-blown campaign of war. Inside the Grand Council chamber, the king assembled his most trusted advisers. The room was adorned with tapestries depicting glorious victories of his ancestors. Maps of the surrounding territories were spread across a massive oak table. Beyond the great mountains and across the fertile river valleys, in the year 18 BC, stood the mighty kingdom of Valorath. This powerful realm was ruled by King Aldrich III, a true warrior king who sat upon the ancient throne of bronze in his grand stone fortress. Aldrich was an imposing man, his thick black beard braided with golden rings, his crown forged from iron and bronze. Beside him sat the wise Queen Mariana, a noble from the northern tribes, known for her sharp mind in matters of state and her skill with the kingdom's finances. Valorath was strong. Its stone walls stood 20 feet high, protecting a bustling city of 10,000 souls. Every day, 500 trained soldiers, the Iron Wolves of Valorath, practiced with iron swords, wooden shields, and bronze-tipped spears. They were led by Captain Thornwick, the king's most trusted commander, a veteran of 12 campaigns who had never known defeat. But for King Aldrich, this was not enough. He craved more. His gaze turned to the east, to the smaller kingdom of Eldomir, a 3-day march away. Eldomir was a peaceful land ruled by the aging king Brennus, a gentle man who preferred farming to fighting. But Eldomir was rich, overflowing with resources Valorath desperately needed. It had gold mines that could fill Aldrich's treasury for generations, fertile farmlands to feed his growing population, vast herds of cattle and horses, and skilled craftspeople. Its strategic trade routes connected to distant kingdoms, a gateway to immense wealth. Aldrich's spies confirmed it all. They also reported that Eldemir's army numbered only 200 men, poorly trained and armed with outdated bronze weapons. It was a prize ripe for the taking. One cold winter evening, King Aldric summoned his war council. Torches flickered on the stone walls as his advisers gathered around a large table covered with maps. Queen Marianna was there, as were Captain Thornwick, the chief adviser Lord Cassian, High Priest Morthyn, and Master Gildrick, the supplier of weapons. Aldric spread his hands across the map. "Noble council," his voice boomed. "Valorath is strong, but we face limits. Our farmlands cannot feed everyone. Our mines are running low. We need more resources, more land, more wealth." He pointed to Eldamir. "They sit on riches they cannot defend. Their gold could fill our treasury, their farms could feed our children, their herds could provide meat and leather." Lord Cassian, the cautious adviser, stroked his grey beard. "My king, Eldamir, has a trade agreement with the kingdom of Norvath. An attack could bring their allies against us." Captain Thornwick scoffed. "Norvath is 6 weeks' march away. By the time they even hear of our campaign, Eldamir will be ours. They will accept the new reality rather than wage a costly war." Queen Marianna spoke with measured wisdom. "Conquest brings wealth, but also responsibility. If we take Eldamir, we must rule it justly. The people must see a benefit in joining us, or we will face endless rebellion." King Aldric nodded. "This is why we will be strategic. First, we will offer King Brennus generous terms, a peaceful merger through marriage, his nobles keeping their lands if they swear loyalty. Only if he refuses will we take by force what he will not give through wisdom." The high priest raised his staff. "The gods favor the strong. If we march to bring order and prosperity, the heavens will bless our campaign." Over the next 3 months, Valorath transformed into a war machine. Captain Thornwick drilled the soldiers relentlessly. From before dawn until dusk, the training grounds thundered with the sound of marching feet and clashing steel. The blacksmiths worked day and night, their hammers ringing as they forged new swords and spearheads. Master Gildrick organized an endless train of supply wagons, because an army marches on its stomach. Queen Marianna carefully managed the kingdom's gold, ensuring the campaign could be funded without bankrupting the realm. Spies were sent for one final look at Eldamir's defenses. Before unleashing his army, King Aldric made a final attempt at diplomacy. He sent Lord Cassian to Eldamir with a sealed letter. The proposal was simple: unite the kingdoms through marriage, allow King Brennus to remain as a governor, and in return, Valorath would protect Eldamir and open its trade routes. But the letter ended with a clear threat: accept these generous terms, or face the consequences. King Brennus read the letter in his modest throne room. He knew it was an ultimatum: submit or be conquered. After 3 days of deliberation with his advisers, he sent his reply. "The kingdom of Eldamir has stood independent for 400 years. We will not surrender our freedom. If Valorath seeks war, we will defend our homeland to the last." When the message returned, King Aldric crushed the letter in his fist. "So be it," he declared. Eldamir has chosen the sword. Captain Thornwick, prepare the army. We march in 1 week. At dawn, 500 of Valorath's iron wolves assembled outside the eastern gate, their armor gleaming. Behind them, supply wagons stretched into the distance. King Aldric, mounted on his great black warhorse, addressed his troops. Warriors of Valorath, today we march not for glory alone, but for the future of our kingdom. They have refused peace, so we bring them order through strength. Fight with honor, show courage, and victory will be ours. For Valorath, a single roar of For Valorath shook the very ground. The army marched east. After 3 days, they arrived at Eldamir. The capital was protected by 12-foot wooden walls, no match for a determined army. Captain Thornwick devised a plan: attack both the east and west gates simultaneously to divide the defenders. That night, under the cover of darkness, Valorath's soldiers built battering rams and scaling ladders. At dawn, the assault began. The rhythmic boom of the battering rams echoed across the fields as archers sent clouds of arrows over the walls. Eldamir's defenders fought back with courage, but they were hopelessly outnumbered and outmatched. The battle raged for 6 hours until, with a tremendous crack, the eastern gate splintered. The iron wolves poured into the city, their iron swords clashing against the defenders' weaker bronze weapons. The fight was brutal but short. King Brennus, though old, fought alongside his men. But seeing the battle was lost and his people faced slaughter, he made the only choice he could. He ordered the surrender. A white banner was raised above the walls. King Aldric entered Eldamir's throne room, his armor spattered with mud. The defeated King Brennus knelt before him. "You have won, King Aldric," he said. "I beg you spare my people. Take our wealth, take our lands, but let the innocents live." Aldric looked at the old king. "Your warriors fought bravely. I respect that. Here are my terms. Eldamir is now part of Valorath. You will step down as king but may remain as governor. Your soldiers will join my army or return to their farms. Your gold mines and farmlands will now serve our united kingdom, and to seal this union, our noble families will intermarry, creating bonds of blood to prevent future conflict." It was a total conquest, but a calculated one. Aldric knew ruling through fear alone would fail. By offering a place in the new order, he aimed to turn conquered enemies into loyal subjects. In the months that followed, gold from Eldamir flowed into Valorath's treasury. Grain from its farms fed both populations. Strategic marriages were arranged, celebrated as acts of unity, not conquest. Months later, standing on Eldamir's walls, King Aldric looked over his new, expanded kingdom. Queen Mariana joined him. "You have what you wanted," she said. "More land, more gold, more power. I have secured our kingdom's future," he replied. "In this world, kingdoms either grow or die. Valorath is stronger now. Our children will have full bellies, and if they resist," the queen asked quietly, "then we will rule with iron until they accept reality," Aldric said, his voice hard. This is the way of kingdoms. The strong survive and the weak are absorbed. Queen Moriena looked to the horizon. Perhaps, but remember, we conquered Eldamir because they were weak. Somewhere out there, another kingdom looks at us and thinks the same thoughts you did. The cycle continues. King Aldrich gave a grim smile. Then we must remain strong, always. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy stories of conquest, ambition, and the rise and fall of kingdoms, be sure to subscribe for more.